Okay, we're going to do a quick little tutorial on some first mixing moves and some of the most powerful mixing tools that you have, which is volume and panning. So right here we have volume, this little knob, this little tiny triangle. Ableton makes it especially hard to find. You can extend this up to make your faders bigger, and I like to keep my window like that. If you're in the arrangement view, it is this little 0 right here, right underneath the track selector, which turns the track on and off, is your volume up and down. 0 is where it starts out as at a default. So if you turn in a track or you turn in a project that has everything set to 0, then that tells me that you didn't do any mixing on it. You didn't change any of the volumes. You just left them exactly where they were at. So let's go ahead and come in here and do a mix on this with some volume, and then we'll look at panning second. So here is all of this stuff in together. All right, and it sounds cool. It's just very busy. It's kind of a drum and bass thing going, and all of the clips are all playing at the same volume, which is max volume. So the first thing I'm going to do is start going through and giving a priority to things that I want to hear loudest, and then bringing down things that I want to hear a little bit further back in the mix. So let's go ahead and just pull all this stuff down, and we'll start with our drums and go from there. So to start, I'm going to go ahead and just bring the drums down to -6, and that's probably going to be the loudest I take almost anything. Let's bring in the bass. All right, let's bring in this pad here. Next, we got this effect. And another effect. And lastly, our guitar. All right, cool. So I got a basic mix going with just the volume. But let's go ahead and start moving some of this stuff around with panning. And panning can be found on this little knob above the track selector in the session view, or the C in the arrangement view. And what panning does is it moves things to the left, so all the way to the left speaker, that's why it has an L, or all the way to the right speaker, and anywhere in between. So I'm going to keep my drums. Most of the time we want to keep low end information in the middle. So we'll keep our drums and our bass in the middle, but the rest of the stuff we can move around. And the first thing I think is these two kind of synthy sound effects things are both really big, and they're kind of fighting for space. So what if we put one on the left side and one on the right side? It frees up a lot more space in the middle for our drums and our bass. So let's go ahead and hear what that, how much that opens up with just moving the two synth leads to the left and the right. Adjust the volume a little bit. Cool. And then we can bring in our guitar. And one cool effect that we have in Ableton is I do want some panning on that guitar, but I don't want it to stay in one spot. So I'm going to go to Audio Effects, and I'm going to look under modulators. Nope. Pitch and modulation. And we have Auto Pan here. So Auto Pan basically does this for us so that we don't have to go in and automate this pan knob to go back and forth. We just put the auto pan effect on it, turn up the amount, and now you'll hear this guitar going from left to right. Let's make it happen a little slower.